There are only a few mountain ranges in Europe that span more than 1,000 kilometers. Inhabited by predators at the top of the food chain, Romania's Carpathian mountains are one of the most dangerous in the world. Yet bears are rarely observed in this habitat, until now. This is Romania, as you've never seen it. Living here is not easy, and the bears face the brunt of it. A place of punishing extremes, where everyone must fight for their life. The Carpathian Mountains are the ultimate test. In the depths of the Carpathian Mountains, European brown bears forage across the forest floor, seeking out sweet delicacies for an afternoon snack. While many people think these large predators feed mainly on meat, these bears mostly eat fruits and berries that they find throughout their habitat. It's a lot less strenuous than catching live prey. Weighing up to 400 kilograms, brown bears need to feed often when only foraging for food. Like other pawed mammals, bears use their sharp claws for holding on to tricky fruits, like apples and oranges, allowing them to sink their teeth into them without them rolling away. But bears aren't the only hungry inhabitants in the forest. A European wolf has wandered into the clearing. Like bears, wolves will also eat fruits, berries, and insects when meat is scarce. But this young wolf has been spotted. Looking on with apprehension, the wolf calculates the risk of taking food from this bear's territory. Deciding the risk involved in snatching a measly apple is too high for a wolf with no pack, he returns to the depths of the forest, hungry and defeated. The bear, aware that the threat has gone, finishes his meal in peace. Leaving the scraps, he carries on with the rest of his day. Bears and wolves usually live harmoniously in the mountains. A bear's biggest threat is from man, or another bear. If a young bear is confronted by a larger, more aggressive male, then there is often only one option. Clambering to the treetops, the young bear is able to escape any confrontation. Larger bears are less likely to follow in this vertical ascent. Some wait impatiently at the base of the tree. and this individual seems to think he can push the tree down to get to his competitor. The young bear sits on a branch, waiting for his rival to leave. Once the large bear's decided he's had enough of waiting around, he walks away. Allowing the victor to climb down and resume his business. But, just for a while, it might be wise for him to sit close to his escape route. Forests exist not just as collections of trees, but as intricate webs of organisms, from animals and plants to fungi and bacteria. It is in forests that 80% of the world's terrestrial biodiversity can be found. The pine forests of Romania offer spectacles that are not often seen by man. When the sun is directly overhead, it reveals rivers, patterns, trails, and stories. When day turns to night, it reveals a world that the bears are familiar with, but a sight that humans could only dream of. Bears are solitary creatures. They rarely come into contact other than for breeding, but when they do, they make vocalizations and body postures to express dominance and to avoid physical conflict. Bears are armed with tremendous strength, large claws and sharp teeth. But sometimes conflict is inevitable. Huge fights can break out, often over food or a mate. Other bears sense this and take cover. A fight is not something to be caught up in. There is almost always a loser in these battles, and after a hard blow to the eye, this bear is defeated and scarred for life. The Carpathian mountains are full of wonder, danger, and life. But for bears and other mountain inhabitants, this life is often a struggle. Mothers and cubs must work hard to survive the weather conditions and to escape the hands of hunters and those who would seek to force bears into a life of captivity and humiliation. The bears and humans of Romania continue to coexist, with both living with the threat of danger from the other side of the border between mountain and town. But which side poses the bigger threat to the other? Romania's population of wild bears stands at 6,000. With bear numbers being so low, camera woman Rosie Dutton had to capture this footage at a sanctuary. Located in the Romanian town of Zărnești, the Liberty Sanctuary is a place of safety for European brown bears that have been neglected throughout their lives. These bears have had a long history of being made to perform outside restaurants and public tourist attractions. Some hunters will kill mother bears and take cubs alive, keeping them in small cages for the majority of their lives. Recently, the largest hunting quotas yet gave hunters the mandate to shoot 550 bears over 12 months. Bears are not only sought after as performers, but as pets too. But as a cub grows in size, so do their claws, teeth, and strength, making them one of the least suitable animals for humans to keep as pets. These cubs will never be able to be released into the wild. They lost their mother to hunters when they were just 3 months old. In the wild, cubs will stay with their mothers until they are 18 months of age, learning how to hunt, forage and climb, amongst other survival skills. These cubs have learnt nothing, and so would not survive in the wild. They are now completely dependent upon the staff at the sanctuary. For Rosie, this has made filming the cubs' natural behaviour a difficult task. Being reliant on humans, as soon as they notice the filmmakers, the cubs quickly approach, hoping for their attention. Living in such close contact, bears and humans in Romania coexist in both negative and positive ways. Since opening in 2005, the sanctuary has rescued over 80 individual bears in Romania. These bears live as close to a natural life as possible. In the large enclosure, they have 70 hectares in which to roam freely. Without the sanctuary, their behaviours caught on camera would have been near impossible to observe. It is with huge thanks to Christina Lapis and all the workers and volunteers at the Liberty Sanctuary in Zărnești that the making of this film was possible. For now, the team in Zărnești continue working hard to rescue bears from across the globe, putting a stop to bear cruelty and giving them the life they deserve.